Where I lie down, worn out, others will stand, young and fresh. But by the steps that I have cut, they will climb. By the stairs that I have built, they will mount. They may never know the names of the persons that built them. And at the clumsy work, they will laugh. And when the stones roll, they will curse. But by my stairs, they will climb. And by my work. Good morning, the officers, distinguished guests, members, and friends. It is an honor and a privilege to stand here in the place of my father, Joe Johnson, number 4193. It was he, along with so many others, the Harry Bridges Defense Committee, the Cleophas Williams, the Leroy Kings, the Joe Lucases, the Henry Smiths, the Jimmy Hermans, too many names to name, that built these stairs on which we stand today. All of the wonderful benefits that we enjoy came on their blood, their sweat, and their tears. And it's up to us. We are the spearheads. We are the trailblazers that are going to reestablish and stabilize this economy. This is a global war we're fighting now. It is up to us to make a stand and make the sacrifices that we need to make to bring that work back to American soil. These multi-billionaire conglomerate slavers, modern-day slavers, must give back some of the multi-billions that they're raping and robbing from the global workforce today. Not just us. We are the ones nobody else is gonna do it. We're the ones that are gonna have to make a stand. Bring the steel back, bring the textiles back, bring the technology back. Regulate. NAFTA, CAFTA. These are direct attacks on the working people of the world today. And I can say in the words of Popeye the Sailor, we can't take no more. I've had enough. We can't take no more. We gotta eat our spinach and work in the way that Frederick Douglass taught us, the great slave abolitionist, who said, the limits of a tyrant are prescribed by the endurance of those whom they oppress. Find out what a person will submit to, and you have found the exact amount that will be heaped upon him. So I won't go on, I won't carry on, I won't belabor, but I have to give you the classic that I give you traditionally every year, the famous bridge builder. But before I give you the bridge builder, I must remind you that we have a president in office now that will listen to us if we make a stand. This stimulus package is okay. It's a Band-Aid on a broken leg. It's a temporary fix. And we as the Longshore ILWU have to realize that instant gratification, Brother Henry Pelham, will not give us long-term stability. That's right. We're gonna have to make some short-term sacrifices. Maybe we have to make a stand. I know for a fact that my father and the old-timers would not put up with the attacks, the little attacks. They're hitting us, very subtle attacks, trying to control the hall, trying to control, the hiring, trying to control, even this twig.
That's right. That's right.
People that have served their time, got their records clean, have viable means of support, attacking them and and taking their means of support away from them, that's a direct attack on labor. So I'll close with the bridge builder. An old man traveled a lonely highway. He came at evening, cold and gray, to a chasm vast, deep, and wide, that he had to cross to the other side. The old man crossed in the twilight dim, for that sullen stream meant no fears for him. But he turned as he crossed to the other side and began to build a bridge to span the tide. A pilgrim who was standing there said, "Oh man, you're wasting your time building here. Your journey will end at the close of the day and you never again will pass this way. You've crossed the chasm, vast, deep, and wide. Why build a bridge at evening tide?" Harry Bridges, Bill Chester, Leroy King, Cleophas Williams, Joe Mosley lifted their head. "Son, the path that I have come, there followeth me a youth someday, whose feet must also pass this way. This stream that has meant nothing to me, to the young man a pitfall might be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I'm building this bridge for him." And one more thing, Clarence Thomas gave me an excerpt from his speech. 75 years ago, I can tell you it was illegal. Interracial interaction was illegal. It was illegal for my mother and father to get married in the state of California. And at that time, Harry Bridges said, if there's only 2 jobs on the port, one should go to a black man and one should go to a white man, because we would destroy the boss's tactic of divide and conquer. And I'm going to read an excerpt from Clarence Thomas's speech. Our Clarence Thomas. Clarence Mustafa Abdul Thomas. And it's lessons learned from the 1934 strike on the 75th anniversary. I'm going to read an excerpt at the bottom here. We should all get a copy of this. Racial and class conflicts were confronted by the West Coast ILA. Harry Bridges understood the class struggle and its relationship to racial discrimination. He said discrimination is a tool of the bosses. In the February 15, 1938 issue of the ILWU Dispatcher on the economics of prejudice, Bridges wrote, "Prejudice means profit for the boss, for the worker, black and white. It means lower living standards, humiliation, violence, and often death. Thank you. Let's continue to struggle. Let's continue to fight so that all working people can walk this land with the dignity of a first-class citizen, where character, not color, is the criterion of respectability."